Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Alicia in the City. It's super duper good to see you here. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful celebration with the one you love, and I hope that you 2023 will be great, full of joy, peace, health. I hope it's going to be a safe year, and I hope that you will achieve all of your goals, all of your resolutions. So, Happy New Year. Today we're going to talk about resolutions, goals, dreams, why they don't come true, why year after year you write them down hoping that, okay, this year is a year, but nothing happens. What might be the case? I hope that this little video gonna help you guide on setting your goals, resolutions, whatever you want to call them. And without further ado, let's dive in. All right, so point number one is that your dreams might be actually not your own. And you're gonna tell me, Alicia, how is it possible? If I write those dreams, that means that they are my own dreams, otherwise I would not write them. Well, that might be true, but think about that sometimes our dreams are actually false dreams. What I mean by that, maybe your neighbor bought a car and you feel like, well, maybe it's time for me to upgrade my car. But before, you didn't really care about that. So that's kind of like a fake dream of yours. Or maybe your whole life, your family, your parents, your relatives were telling you that you should want a particular thing. I don't know, maybe like become a doctor, or I don't know, whatever your family might have told you. So you grow to believe that actually it is your calling, it is your passion, but in reality, you are not very passionate about it at all. Or you keep seeing everywhere on social media like people working out, and like getting in a certain physical shape, but in reality you're actually pretty comfortable with your body, the way how it looks. So all of those are not our actual dreams. Those are, I call them fake dreams, but they are dreams that have been put into our heads, by others. So try to be as honest with yourself as possible. Ask yourself, maybe do some inner work, maybe journal about it, maybe meditate, and ask yourself, is this what I really want? Is it my dream, or did somebody else put it in my head? All right, next point is that you might be giving yourself too little of a time frame for your dream to come true. So, or your goal, your resolution. When I refer to dream, I mean all same things. Just we use different terms, but in the end of the day, all of those things are just the things we want to bring into our lives, right? Bring it to existence. So obviously, certain things take less time. Like if you want to buy a new lipstick or a new kitchen gadget, that might not take as long as, let's say, buying a new car or a new home or moving to another country, for many reasons. Financial reasons, first of all, but there are other factors in play. So just give yourself some time and let universe do its job. But also, take into consideration that there are other people who might be involved in your dream, which also need time to process all of those things. So it all takes time, and just be patient. And if you don't achieve it by a certain time frame, that's totally okay. In my personal life, uh, some women I know, they put a time frame on everything. Like, I need to get this job by that age, I need to get married by that age, and if it doesn't happen in that specific time frame, they get very upset, very disappointed with themselves, and they feel like failures. When in reality, they've been working for it so hard. They are very far from being failures. Actually, they are the lucky ones, but they fail to see it because they put those strict time frames. So, yes, the next point. Please be patient, and don't expect things to happen in a certain time frame. Next point is that it's kind of like a dull point. Like, come on, we all know this. But there might be no action behind your wish or your resolution. Obviously, you have to work for it. Just because you wrote something down on a paper doesn't mean it's gonna happen. And sometimes with certain goals, it might be tricky because we think, oh, let universe take care of it. But if you want a new job, you still have to write that resume and send it out and network with recruiters or HR managers or whatever. If you wanna, I don't know. Again, I'm like thinking like buy a new car. You have to save up money. You have to make your research. What cars are better? Why do you want to buy the specific car and not the other one? So, whatever it is, like even if it's the tiniest thing, like I don't know, you have to buy a new dress for this upcoming event. You still have to do your work. You have to research what kind of dress it is. Is there a dress code at the event? How it's supposed to look? Also, you have to narrow down the retailers you're going to be buying from, and you have to go either in store and buy it or do it online. So all of those little steps, they seem like an easy steps, but they still have to be made. So please make sure that you make action. And if your goal, resolution, wish, whatever doesn't have action steps, make them. And something might be like a pretty big goal, like saving up for a house, but try to break it down in those easy digestible steps as much as possible so you have an action game plan instead of like this abstract wish. All right, next point is that you have limiting beliefs towards your goals. And I see it all the time, and I am guilty of it as well. um, Sometimes in life it happens that we are actually scared of our own goals. We think we want something pretty badly, but reality hits us. Like, let's say we want this large amount of money, but then when we are this close to getting it, we start second guessing everything and we find excuses and we tell ourselves, well, what if actually I'm not ready for this amount of money? I'm not that good with personal finance. I don't know how to manage this. Or we are this close from getting our dream job, we start thinking to ourselves, well, what about my expertise? Do I have a necessary skill set? Maybe I'm not as good as I think. Maybe all of this, was for nothing. Maybe I'm not ready to move to this another position. All of those are limiting beliefs. Sometimes they're our own, sometimes they are just the things we heard others people say about us, or certain things, like limiting beliefs can be, mm, only people with connection get job in this field, or only rich people can afford this car, whatever it is. So try to make sure that you actually hear how you talk to yourself, mostly in your head, because that's where all of our inner dialogue happens. And if you talk to yourself negatively, and if you think about all of those things which limit ourselves, you have to rework them. And if you guys are interested, I can make a separate video about limiting beliefs because it's a whole separate subject. But just make sure that you notice those and you work on those. All right, so the next point is that your environment might not align with your goals. And I know what you guys gonna say, like, oh, so you want me to move out of my house and change a job just so I can align with my goals? Like, don't be ridiculous. And I hear you. But what I am trying to say here is that certain things are out of our control, right? So sometimes we are stuck in a dead end job and we just have to suck it up. Sometimes our living conditions are not as ideal as we want it to. You might be living, different people watch me from all over the world, and you know, you might be living in environment which is actually quite opposite of where you want to be, and you have no control over it, and that's completely understandable. But try to control things you can control. Sometimes I hear people complaining about their job, like that they have like a toxic environment in their jobs, and yet they do nothing about it. They just let it drain them instead of applying for another job with a better work environment, for instance. Or some people say, well, this relative of mine like really sucks all the energy out of me. They never support me. They always criticize everything I do. Well, it's up to you to set the boundaries with that person and talk to them, or don't talk to them at all. Maybe just ignore them. But certain things are in our control. That's my point. So try to focus on those and try to make your environment work with you, not against you, right? Also, this can be applicable to other things. Like, for example, you wanna have healthier diet, let's say. That's your resolution. You decided that, okay, from now on, I want to pay closer attention to what I eat, what goes into my body. I want to get healthy. And yet, there are all of this junk food, all of this snacks laying all over your countertops and your tabletops. Of course, that's not gonna improve your healthy diet. You're gonna be tempted every single day to resist those foods that used to make you feel good, and you're just gonna eat them automatically. Or for example, you one of your resolutions is to spend less time with gadgets, and yet you have like all of those gadgets laying around. There is like no blocks on them. You can just come pick it up anytime you want. Of course, you're gonna not gonna stick to your resolution. So once again, there are things within your control. Just make sure that you set those things that they work for you, not against you. And my final point is that it's probably one of the most important points actually in this whole video, is that it might be possible that your desires, um, you don't feel them on emotional level. And I'm a big believer, that we have like a certain vibrations, our thoughts, our words have certain vibrations. But if you're not into that, that's totally fine. Let me just give you, a very practical example which is applicable to everyone. I'm pretty sure of it. Let's say one morning you wake up and you decide, okay, today I'm gonna have a good day, and everything goes smoothly. So you kind of start seeing the confirmation of your happiness, right? Like you feel happy, feel energetic, and out of sudden everybody smiles at you. Things at work go nicely. You might be hearing from like a good old friend, and you think, oh my God, what an amazing day! I feel so happy. You like get all of those ideas. You like, you are nailing it. Completely opposite, you might wake up and you might feel like, oh, what a crappy day. It's raining outside or whatever, snowstorm. Or maybe it's even sunny and you hate like, ugh, sun again. And you just, um, everything goes wrong. Like you're late for work, maybe, I don't know, your pair of pants just teared on your way, or I don't know, like maybe you didn't catch your bus or whatever, whatever. And you find confirmation that like universe conspiring against you and people are not nice, and like maybe you get yelled at by your boss, and maybe you have a fallout with your friends. So like all of those things, right? it's it's like you attract them into your life just because you project in it. Like you, those things are a result of your projections. If you project like a positive attitude, then things will align and they will be positive, and vice versa. So what I'm trying to tell you here, sometimes we want something, right? And when we think about it, it makes us feel like, that would be nice, but that's not enough. Think about something you really want. I don't know, maybe you want to get married. Think about it very, very deeply, and try to feel it in your body. Like what kind of sensation does it give you? Does it give you like, oh my God, I cannot live without it. This is amazing. I cannot wait to start it. I cannot wait to do this, right? Or is it kind of like, yes, that would be nice. Try to um, cultivate that state of excitement. I'm not saying you have to fake it, but just try to feel it as much as possible. For example, let's say you want to buy a car this year. That's one of your resolutions. Try to think how you want to make you feel. And I know people will be like, oh, what? It's a car, how it's going to make me feel. But try to think, um, what it's gonna look like on the inside, like how is when you touch it, how it's gonna feel, how is that wheel is gonna feel in your hand, what are the destinations you want to take with that car, how it's gonna make your life easier. Like try to think of all of those things which gonna come with that desire of yours, not just the car itself, but like how it's gonna change your life, and try to feel it like in every cell of your human being, that excitement should power your goals. And if it's not there, that probably is not the right goal. And sometimes I like to do this little exercise when, like I'm listening to a song or like I'm on a walk. Something I really want, like I try to picture it as clear as possible. And it just gives me like this, it like raises my vibration. It gives me energy and I get motivated and I get like all of those ideas how I can attain it. Like, it's interesting how things work, but sometimes in life, let's say again, you decided that you wanna get fit this year, therefore you wanna exercise. You would start noticing that, like all those ads for workout classes gonna start coming your way, and maybe like your friend gonna call you and say, "Hey, I wanna start running. You wanna do that with me?" All of those ways, all of those little steps, gonna like all those opportunities gonna show up in your life. You just have to pay attention to them, because you give your brain a task, or you give your subconscious a task. Okay, we are focusing on this now, find the solution. But if you're not gonna give yourself any tasks, if you just gonna don't know where you're going, then nothing gonna happen. So be as clear with your goals as possible, know where you're going, make your environment work for yourself. And I hope that everything on your list gonna come to life this year, and you guys have a wonderful time. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It supports me with the algorithm tremendously, as you guys know. Please don't forget to subscribe because more videos are coming, and I'll see you in my next videos. Bye.